Next up, we have Carly Jong from grade 11.
Welcome everyone to Ms. Zhang's talk on altruism, Altruism in Simple Words, Class 106. To start off our discussion today regarding altruism, let's first take a look on several of the terms' definition. Wrong start. This is the way I'm going to conduct this speech for sure. Also, just take a glimpse on how I look like. I surely don't look like a professor, do I? Just like Mr. Z introduced who I am, my name is Carly Zhang and I'm currently a high school junior. So, back to our topic of altruism. Does the term altruism have a definition? Of course, yes. But do you think a definition could bring you a clear understanding of what it is? You might be uncertain about this right now. The way I'm going to explain this concept in simple words is to share with you some of my personal experiences and insights. Since we can all gather here together in this auditorium, I believe we have something in common. We can all feel that it is easy to start off being altruistic, and we can all feel that the action demonstrating altruism is actually fairly easy. When I was in third grade, I was captivated by a cartoon that shaped my life, My Little Pony. It tells the story of friendship, sharing, and love using ponies as characters. Every time I see the main characters using the elements of harmony to defeat the villains with the magic of friendship, or every time I see the characters with diversified backgrounds building more and more friendship connections, I start to think, how can it be like them in real life without the support of magic? As I tripped and stumbled through life as a little girl, I start to think about how could I expand my friendship network and spread my love far and wide. I seized different opportunities to meet the people whom I only know them for a distant relationship, such as the athletes who came here for a World Series or some of my friends' friends who I met in their school's carnivals. After I successfully met them, I would just pop in front of them and then introduce them who I am, like saying, hi, my name is Kari John, blah, blah, blah. So nice to meet you. And like how this opportunity came into space, come into place, and how grateful I am for this. Yeah, serve those things. And after I do all of these, I'll start to give off the gifts I made in spare time to them. You'll probably anticipate they'll be like, thank you, but what? Yeah, it might have been a bit clumsy or somehow weird for those friends at first, but it did demonstrate some of my primitive realization of altruism. I believe all of you have devoted some of your time and some effort in making new friends and maintaining old friendships. The exact way you do this might vary from who you are, but the common trait all of you have in this process is giving your time. This is just the start of your own experience with altruism. My Little Pony still guides my work until today, and it is my hands-on experience of charity and activism that links our philosophy and of love and friendship with each other better. After I found out that the previous ways I used to express love was somehow embarrassing, even useless, I started to think about new ways that can reduce this strangeness. Luckily, I had the chance. When I was in 8th grade, some of my friends were initiating charity events related to book donation for whole primary schools and supporting kids with congenital heart disease. They friendly reached out to me and asked if I would like to join them. I happily agreed, and I can't believe this again changed me so much. The event was not just about donating money or resources. It could be stories, it could be fairs, it could be parties when we try to help those kids in need. Even until today, whenever it's possible to reach out a charity platform, I will always be eager to learn the stories behind and possibly giving off my helping hand. Indeed, Seeking those charity opportunity is not as hard as it sounds. As long as you devoted some of your time and effort for them, you are demonstrating altruism. Charity to me is not solely restricted in those organized activities. They can be the spread of positive social values in various media. Recently, as we can all witness the climate having more and more eccentric patterns, plants and animals being deprived from their natural habitats in different ways, it is necessary for us to think about our relationship with nature. By expressing my concerns toward those issues, I started to draw posters, make videos involving my personal talent in music and dance related to environmental protection and animal welfare. I also had given off speeches in school regarding those issues. At the same time, I started to realize how important cultures and cultural diversity are when witnessing conflicts around the world initiated by people's misunderstanding. Inspired by this, I chose to learn the history of arts, as well as cultures belonging to the deaf community. Yeah, maybe my art history teacher can now wave a hand to all of us. Yeah. After time spent in investigations, both in books or on sites, I had created a song combining various spoken and sign languages. Yeah, my audience who listen to BS1 sign in 6 languages, please wave your hand. Thank you once. And yeah, my audience who see the sign language performance of the My Little Pony song Flawless, please wave your hand. As well as, yeah, I also demonstrated dance incorporating elements around the world to call for global inclusion. Yeah, there's so many friends down there, I almost forget my words. The Brony, again, please wave your hand for supporting my dance. The process of working for impact can always be somehow boring and lonely. However, as long as we have something we care and passionate in, it is possible for us to use the love we possess deeply to make a big impact along with our personal enjoyment. Yeah, though I received some attention and support with those activities I've done, I still feel like the so-called glamour is far from being enough. Those emotions I've devoted are still restricted among shallow sympathy and compassion. I'm not saying here that this is not important. They are very important and they are very easy to start with, but that's not enough. A more ground-touching approach is needed for understanding a bigger picture of the people we're helping. I believe all of us have the potential to work together as a whole to give a better help to those ones in need. Thus, investigate the deeper and more realistic meaning of altruism. An altruistic lifestyle is easy to adopt without causing too much pain. I believe everyone can and will practice those simple altruism throughout our lives. As the pandemic hits our world, a lot of the things we might want to do are being obstructed by various reasons. Just like the speech, we are originally planning to have this speech offline in BIP's Haidian campus. Sometimes the regulation regarding the pandemic situation might be unreasonable for us as individuals. It is okay to complain and let your emotions out, but please, please, don't let your emotions hinder your rational thinking and actions. Think positively regarding the rules you have to follow and find alternatives for the things you like to try. Just like the speech we're having right now. Since we are having this speech online, although we cannot have this kind of face-to-face interaction, we can have a broader audience, like some of my friends online who witnessed the works I've done. They're all here, right? Hi, thank you for participating. Yeah, so nothing is one-sided. We all have alternatives to choose. Think positively regarding the rules you have to follow and find alternatives. Our sympathy and compassion are beyond what physically hampers us. if we truly care, and I believe everyone has the conscience for that, we are able to be altruistic and spread our love to the ones in need. At the same time, following the rules that can bring the greatest national interest. Thank you all for your precious time listening, and I believe in you. Thank you again. Bye.
Thank you, Carly Jong, for sharing your personal insights and experience.